Everybody, Scott McGinnis here, Arm Sport Videos. Welcome to another edition of In Focus. We're at Calico's Lounge in Truro, Nova Scotia, and I thought what we'd do today is just introduce you to a few of the local pullers that come out. With me at this time is Canadian champion, provincial champion, Atlantic Canadian champion.
2 times, yeah.
Will Sarity from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Hey, Will, how you doing?
Good, Scott. Thank you very much.
Good. So, Will, tell me what first you got to interested in arm wrestling?
When I moved to Nova Scotia, I was 13 years old and lived in a really crappy area and needed my well drilled. And who showed up to my door but Perry Broom.
Wow.
First guy I ever met, first guy who interested me in arm wrestling, showed me a few tricks. I had no clue what arm wrestling was, and I was probably 60 pounds when I was in high school.
And now you weigh, what, 75, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he showed me a few tricks, and I took it to the little desks at school, and my size wasn't compared to my strength for arm wrestling. I did really well, and actually got very popular that way. So, and then Perry came in, held his first tournament, and I won it, and I was hooked.
That was an organized tournament in school?
That was organized tournament in school. Perry would come in every single year for our winter festival.
Great.
And every single year, and he'd hold the tournament, and at the end of it, he'd pull everybody who won that day and beyond. He'd have the whole school lined up to arm wrestle. So he was my first introduction to the sport. Okay,
and then so when did you first get involved with Nova Scotia Arm Wrestling Association and one of their tournaments?
My first circuit tournament was actually the 2000 Provincials, July 23rd.
Okay.
I remember it very well because that was the day I quit smoking because of arm wrestling. I felt like crap. I thought I was top notch. I thought I was the guy.
Yeah, and?
And I wasn't. I went 2 up, 2 down for my right, and I do not know how, but I scored a 3rd place finish left.
Really?
And that was the first time I placed in my 6 years of pulling.
Okay.
Actually, last year was the second time I placed, which I won.
Yeah.
So after that day, I changed my whole lifestyle, and I had no other involvements in my life. I wasn't married. I didn't have a child. I didn't have a career. I dedicated everything to arm wrestling. Like I said, I quit smoking, and it actually really benefited my life in the route I was going.
Okay, well, and you know what, though? It certainly has paid off for you. So, off the top of my head, 5-time national champion? Is it 5 titles? Or is it 6?
6, because Artie's got 5. I've got 6 national titles now. I've got 3 of them in the 132-pound class, 2 of them in the 121-pound class, and 1 of them in the 143-pound class.
Now, for me personally watching you pull, and I don't know if you feel the same way, so one of the most exciting national titles had to be in
2003.
No, what about Fredericton?
2002, sorry. It was 2000.
No, I'm thinking just last year.
Oh, in Fredericton against Maxim and Artie. Moved up in weight class.
Maxim is in that class. Artie McMaster's in that class.
That was an amazing feeling. I was very torn on what I wanted to do because it is a team sport, regardless of what you see in the circuit tournaments. It's not just an individual base, so we're looking at team points as well, so I had that pressure on me.
Okay.
I seen the roster for the 132-pound class, and I knew I could have won it. There wasn't a chance of losing. I'm not trying to be cocky.
No, but you know what? For outsiders looking in, they probably didn't think you were a factor. They probably thought it was going to come down to Maxim and Artie.
Exactly,
right.
And that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted. My shot was. I didn't think I had a chance against Artie. I really wanted a shot against Maxim because in 2003 we didn't get to pull, and I won that class, and he took 3rd and Trevor took 2nd. So I was gunning for Maxim, and I told that to Artie. I said, "I'll see you in the finals, but I'm gunning for Maxim. He's my man."
Great.
And to beat them both was amazing.
Great. And it was, you know what, even me standing behind the camera, I was excited for you. I mean, it was an exciting trip through the weight class.
It was, yeah.
And because, you know what, me included, we didn't think you were going to be in the finals.
I know.
We thought maybe you bit off a little bit more than you could chew this time.
Yeah, because I lost a lot of weight. I was 141 the month before.
Okay.
And I went down to 130 to make weight. And so I was giving up 13 pounds on day of weight, not just the day of the tournament, because you put on 5 to 7. So I was pretty nervous. I was getting sick in the hotel room with my wife, rubbing my back, and you'll do okay. And
Okay, so and another instance comes to mind too, and I think that's the one you were referring to.
In 2002 in New Brunswick.
2003.
2003, yeah.
2003 in Moncton.
In Moncton, it was my second nationals I've attended. And it's a bit of a background between me and Trevor. Trevor was a person that I looked up to, still do. He's a phenomenal competitor. But in the lightweight class, he was the man to beat for years. I placed second to him 3 times at provincials. And the year that I went to the nationals in Moncton, he didn't enter my weight class at provincials, and I happened to win it for the first time.
Okay.
So it was a bit of a heartache that he wasn't in there, and he went to nationals and he lost the weight to get down to 132 from 155. And when Rick told me that the day before, I didn't even want to pull. I felt disgusted. I thought I was going to be able to win this. As soon as he went in there, it was a big deterrent on whether or not I can even place top 3 now, just because of the mindset.
Yeah.
And I went into it, and I won my first match, and he won his match, and then we were lined up in the semis, and we had an amazing hook match, right-handed, and I finally beat him for the first time ever. And he came back in the finals and had to beat me twice, and we had another amazing hook match again, and I beat him for the win. So
I just remember at the time how excited you were when
bawled my eyes out.
Yeah,
bawled my eyes out.
It was definitely a big win for you.
Yeah.
At the time, of course, you've gone on to do some other things. Now, what about the world level? How have you done?
2003 was the first year I went to the Worlds, weighing 132. I was actually weighing 129, walking around weight. I had no intentions of losing weight. It wasn't in me to lose weight. I don't like doing that. Pulled the 60 kilo. I had Trevor in there with me, and amazing experience. Even before the tournament started, I couldn't believe I was there.
Okay, yeah.
Just seeing the countries all around us and Canada having their anthem last, awesome.
It was great, yeah.
And went 2 up, 2 down with my right, which was still amazing. My left hand, I happened to win 1 match against Germany. Very tough match, and it was long. We looked at each other and we were pulling, but it didn't even feel like we were pulling.
Oh, really?
It was just, we just knew that our arms were straight up in the air.
Yeah.
And I lucked out with a win. Still placed 9th or 10th, but it was a huge eye-opener. I learned a lot from Team Japan. I learned a lot from all the other pullers. I met a lot of amazing people. A lot of people that I consider still good friends and still communicate with. So
that was 2003 in Ottawa.
2003 in Ottawa.
And then 2004, you did
2004,
go to South Africa?
I did go to South Africa.
Okay.
I decided I knew I could get down to 121. I didn't know how hard or how much it would affect me mentally and physically, but I know the guys in my club wanted me to stop. I dropped 15 pounds in 4 days, going 0 carb, and I looked like death.
Yeah.
So me and Rick talked about it, and 3 days out before I flew, I said, you know what? I can't do it. Actually, before nationals, I said I can't do it. I said I'm pulling 132s. That night, I ordered 2 pizzas and I ate them both. So I flew out and I jumped on the scale with Joyce King beside me, and I was 125.
Wow.
I lost 3 pounds probably from the nerves.
Yeah.
So I said, screw it. So I jumped in the sauna. I lost the other amount of weight, made 121s, and I won nationals, both arms. And I went to the Worlds at 121, and I couldn't maintain my weight. I ended up going down to 116.5.
Really?
I couldn't maintain. I was trying my best, and I was 116.5 because I remember, I forget his name from Ontario who weighed me in, but he was laughing behind the curtain because he thought it was one of the kids jumping up, and it was me. And I did the best I could have done on that day.
Okay.
I got 4th place right-handed.
Yeah.
I beat the guy that got 3rd from Ukraine, Dmitry, who is a top-class puller. He won the Worlds left-handed last year. And I took 5th left-handed. It was awesome. It was an awesome feeling because I was able to capitalize on Team Russia. I never lost to Russia. I never lost to Japan. Never lost to a lot of countries that had the potential of winning that class. But knowing that everybody was in the crowd watching me and I got a win, yeah. I was excited.
Sure, definitely.
Yeah, and to have the chance to step on the podium if I would have beat Ukraine, Dmitry, who I beat earlier, my second match, That would have been amazing, but that was the best I could have done that day.
Okay, and so that's 2004. Did you go to Japan?
I did not. That was the last Worlds was South Africa for me.
For you, was
because of operational deployments.
Okay, and for those who don't know, Will's a member of the Canadian Armed Forces, and sometimes he's got to go and serve his country.
A lot of times.
So, yeah.
It seems.
So, you know what? A few years go by where, 2007, 2008, Will gets married. You have a son.
A little son.
Yeah, and so you're arm wrestling. So what's in the plan now for Will Sardi? What do you want to do
next?
The
plan right now is I know I'm not going to make the Worlds this year and most likely next year based on deployments again. I want to be recognized across Canada as one of the top lightweights.
Yeah.
I want to have a name like Perry.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? When you say arm wrestling in the East Coast, I see Perry.
Okay, Perry Broom, for those of you who don't know.
He's brought arm wrestling to a different level with his goofing off, his wins. He's got many wins. I want to be top notch 143s, and hopefully top notch 154s.
Okay.
So I'm slowly trying to put on the weight, even though it doesn't look it right now. Been sick for the past couple weeks, so I want to be a comfortable 150 and be able to diet down for 143s. And start really hitting the table with good people. Joey Costello, consistent with Maxim, Artie, Trevor, all those guys. I want to be consistent in there and beyond.
So knowing already that you're probably not going to nationals, you're not going to worlds. So what do you hope to accomplish this year, for example?
I want to accomplish a lot of table time, a lot of table experience, arm wrestling those big guys. I want to work on some new moves on the setup. I find my setup is consistently the same every single time. I got to switch it up. I got to learn how to switch it up and go into the mindset that I am going to switch this up. It's not just going up the table. Yeah, I'm going to do something different, get to the table. Something doesn't work, and I go back to
same old.
The same old. I don't want to have a fall safe. I want to be accurate in everything I do, and I want to be strong in every aspect of arm wrestling.
Okay.
So hand and wrist is going to be my concern for the next 2 years.
Okay, and so you don't. I mean, you're guessing right now that you're not going to be able to make anything next year.
Exactly.
But it's too far away.
It's too far away. I know I'm going to be gone for the next 4 years for provincials. I'm going to miss provincials for 4 years. Doesn't mean I can't make the nationals. It just makes it more difficult because for the 4 months that I'm gone, I'm not allowed to hit the gym.
Okay, so
there's no arm wrestling. There's no gym. There's no training. It's it sucks. I'm most likely going to start pulling amateur next year. I hope it doesn't come down to that, but it's going to be tough. The next 4 years is going to be extremely tough for me.
Okay.
To stay competitive.
All right, Will. Well, listen, I appreciate you stopping by. Thanks very much,
and
good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks. And for Will Sardi, I'm Scott McGinnis, and we're out of here.